Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Randy Evans. I'm a yoga teacher with the Wheat Ridge Recreation Center here in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. And this is Vinyasa Level 1, Level 2. It's great to be here with you today. Before we get started, a couple of recommended props. I'm a huge fan of having a little bit of support underneath your knees. So if you have a blanket or a bath towel, that would be great. You can go grab that. In addition, if you would like opportunities to raise the floor up during your practice here, I'm a huge fan of either yoga blocks, or if you don't have yoga blocks, shoe boxes work, Amazon boxes work, hardback books, or simple soup cans. So grab whatever props you might need. And I'm the type who typically likes to practice to music, but if you have a soundtrack that you like, you can feel free to cue it up, or maybe just listen to the sound of your own breath today. So we're going to begin in a comfortable cross-legged seat. So right where you are, if you would like to prop your hips up, you can again use that block or place your blanket behind your hips, allowing your hips to be raised up above your knees here. Allowing your spine to rise up tall and straight, your sit bones grounding down to the mat, spine rising up tall as you reach out through the crown of the head, your chin slightly tucked downwards here. The hands can just rest on top of your knees. You can rest them in your lap, whatever's comfortable here. And for a moment, allow yourself to begin to arrive here onto your mat. So no matter of the pacing of your day, whether today this is for you the morning, the afternoon, the evening, you've already done the hard work. You've taken this time to come to your mat. Sometimes, especially during this situation we're all collectively in, this can sometimes be the most challenging part of our practice. So congratulations, you've already crossed that first hurdle. So within your comfortable cross-legged seat, allow your eyes to gently close. And for a moment here, just notice your breath. Maybe today your breath is deep and full, or maybe it's more shallow. But however your breath is in this moment, notice all the subtle qualities of your breath. So whether your breath is smooth today or maybe a little more rough, maybe deep and full, maybe shallow, maybe somewhere in between all these extremes here. But however your breath is, know it's completely perfect as it is in this moment here. And now notice your body. Maybe today, the first time that you've taken a moment just to, without judgment, scan your body and maybe find those places that feel tense or tight, spots where you're noticing any restriction or constriction. And at the same time, you might start to find places within your body that feel open, places that feel expansive here. Just noticing, just observing. And now start to connect and unite your breath. Start to draw in a deep, full inhale through your nose, filling up all the way to your very fullest point. And then opening your mouth, sigh your breath away, let it all go. Second time, deep, full inhale through your nose, all the way up to your very fullest point. And opening the mouth, sigh that breath away again, let it all go. Last round, one more full deep inhale through the nose. At the top of this inhale, see if you can hold that in-breath a little bit longer for this round. And then again, release. Sigh your breath away, let it all go. Now, as you start to close your mouth, your breath is now redirected through your nostrils, allowing deep full inhales to be drawn in through the nose and deep full exhales to be released back out through the nose here. Naturally allowing your breath to even out, to find some smoothness and fluidity of your breath as you begin to settle into a continuous cycling rhythm here. Deep full inhales drawn in through the nose, and deep full exhales released back out through the nose. And as you continue to breathe here, when you're ready, go ahead and release your hands right down beside your hips. On your next inhale, go ahead and circle the arms and gaze up above your head. As you exhale, go ahead and set your right hand down to the mat. Take an inhale as you grow tall, and exhale, start to guide your left hand over to the right. Your gaze is up underneath your armpit. Continue to breathe here. Continue to ground down through that lower hand. Staying here for just one more breath. And then your next inhale will lift your fingers back up to the ceiling. As you exhale, go ahead and set your left hand down to the mat now, just outside your hip. Take an inhale, extend that right hand up above your ear, and exhale, leaning over to the left. Gaze is underneath that armpit, or again, looking down towards the mat. Continue to breathe, continue to ground your sit bones into the mat to help find some extension and length along that right side here. Here for just one more breath. And then your next inhale, we'll go ahead and reach the arms up above your head. We're going to twist now. Take one more full deep inhale here. As you exhale, take your left hand to your right knee, left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you. Take an inhale as you grow tall. And as you exhale, twist to look over your right shoulder. Continue to breathe, each inhale growing taller through the crown of the head. Each exhale, maybe you twist and look a little bit deeper. Now within this twist here, take a deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale, you're now going to draw your chin away from your shoulder, looking now over towards the left. Again, each inhale growing taller. Each exhale, twisting deeper. Another full deep inhale here. As you exhale, slowly release that engagement of your neck. And then as you inhale, go ahead, untwist, stretch the arms up above your head. As you exhale this time, we're going to twist to the left. So left hand plants behind, right hand comes to your knee. Take an inhale as you sit up tall. Exhale, twist as you look over your left shoulder. Again, each inhale growing taller, extending through the crown of the head. Each exhale, twisting just a little bit deeper into the pose. Now, holding this twist, take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, take your chin down towards your right shoulder, looking now in the opposite direction. So 2 twists here, one within the torso, one within the neck here. Deep full inhale here. Exhale, release that engagement of your neck. Next inhale, untwist as you stretch and extend the arms up above your head. As you exhale, now releasing the hands down to center and start to crawl your fingertips forward until you can lift and pull yourself through to find all fours. Keep that blanket or that towel for underneath your knees. You want to come to a place where your wrists are aligned under your shoulders, the knees aligned underneath your hips. Your spine's long and straight, crown of the head's reaching to the front, your tailbone's reaching to the back. From here, next inhale, tuck your toes, lift the gaze as you drop your belly down. And exhale, push the mat away to round as you look at your navel. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the gaze, drop the belly down. Exhale, push the mat away and round. Last time inhale, lift the gaze, drop your belly down. Last time exhale, push the mat away and round. We're going to take this into a little bit more of a flow now. So next inhale, with your toes tucked behind, inhale, lift the gaze, drop your belly. As you exhale, push the mat away and round. Inhale, lift the gaze, drop your belly down. Exhale, push yourself back to child's pose. From your child's pose, next inhale, come to rise up to stand up on your knees. As you inhale, the arms and gaze up above your head. As you exhale, releasing back down to your child's pose. Next inhale, lifting back up through to tabletop. Exhale, finding your alignment again, crown the head to the front, tailbone to the back. Inhale, lift the gaze, drop your belly down. Exhale, push the mat away and round. Inhale again, lift the gaze, drop your belly. Exhale, push back to your child's pose once again. Next inhale again, come to rise up to stand up on the knees, the arms and gaze circling up above your head. And then this time as you exhale, you're going to take your left fingers, clasp them around your right wrist. Take an inhale as you grow tall through that right side. As you exhale, go ahead and bend your right hip out as you guide that wrist to the left. Your gaze is up underneath your armpit, maybe looking up to the ceiling. You can also look down the opposite direction, down towards the mat if that's more comfortable here. Staying here for just one more breath. And then next inhale, rising back up to center, release the hands, and then switch the clasp. Right fingers go around your left wrist this time. Take an inhale as you press the heel of that left hand up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, guide that wrist to the right. Bend your left hip out. Gaze again is up underneath that armpit or looking again down to the right. What's ever most comfortable for you today. Your next inhale will lift you up through center, releasing the hands. As you exhale, releasing back down to all fours. From here, next inhale, go ahead and press your right leg long behind you. Your toes are pointing down. Your belly button is drawn in and up, squaring your hips off as best you can here. Deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows, lift that leg, dip your chin. Inhale, pressing to lift yourself back up. Exhale, lift that leg, dip your chin, bend your elbows. Last time inhale, press to lift back up. Exhale, dip your chin, lift that leg. All right, wonderful. From here, inhale, press yourself back up. And as you exhale, you're going to drop that right foot behind your left, kickstand that foot out to the side, rise up onto your left hand, extend your right up to the ceiling. With that right hand extended up to the ceiling, start to rotate through that wrist. One direction, then the next here. Next inhale, go ahead and sweep that arm alongside your ear. As you exhale, draw that arm back to your hip. Second time inhale, swing that arm alongside your ear. Exhale again, draw that arm back to your hip. Last time inhale, go ahead, sweep that arm alongside your ear. Last time exhale, draw that arm back. From here, your next inhale, you're going to come to rise up to stand up on that left knee, arms and gaze up above your head. As you exhale, I want you to lean over towards your right leg, releasing your right hand down, stretching that left hand up and over. The gaze is up underneath your left armpit. We're looking again down to the right. Continue to breathe here. Next inhale, go ahead and lift the arms and the gaze up through center. And now, keeping the arms apart as if you're holding a giant ball in between them. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, lean in the opposite direction, so away from your right leg as you make a single long line of energy, reaching out through that imaginary ball you're holding between your hands and pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Continue to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Next inhale will lift you back up to center. As you exhale, release your hands down, coming back to your tabletop as you draw that knee back in. Taking this to the other side. Next inhale, go ahead and extend your left leg long behind. Again, toes are pointing down, square your hips off as best you can. Belly button's drawn in and up here. Take a deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale again, keep that leg straight, bend your elbows, dip your chin. Inhale as you lift yourself back up. Exhale, dip your chin, lift that leg. Last time inhale, press to lift back up. Last time exhale, dip your chin, lift your leg. All right, great job. Now from here, inhale, press yourself back up. And then as you exhale, you're going to spin that foot, drop it behind you, kickstand that right foot out to the side as you rise up onto your right knee. From here, deep full inhale through your nose. As you exhale, you're going to lean over towards your left leg, release your left hand down, opening along your right side. Gaze is up underneath your armpit, maybe looking down towards that left leg if you'd like to have a little more stability here. Here for one more round of breath. And then your next inhale will lift you back up to center. All right, take one more full deep inhale here. As you exhale, take that imaginary ball to the other side. Again, a single long line of energy, reaching out through that ball that you're holding, all the way through the outer edge of your left foot. Continue to hold and breathe here. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Inhale, lifting back up through to center. As you exhale, release your hands back down to the mat. Draw your knee back in. Come back to your tabletop. From your tabletop, taking the hands about palm's length forward, activating into the palms, clawing them into the mat, tuck your toes behind you. We're going to travel up to down dog. Inhale, lift the gaze, release your belly. Exhale, float the knees and hips up high, downward facing dog. First one of the day. And allow this down dog to be fluid. You can start to bend from knee to knee. Finding some movement here. Maybe shaking the head yes or shaking the head no. Maybe opening the jaw, gently moving it side to side here. Letting go of any tension that you're holding within the face, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. And then your next inhale, deep, deep bend your knees. You're going to start to walk your hands one by one to meet your feet at the back of your mat. And then you can set your blanket off to the side. And then when you get there, go ahead and scoop up opposite elbows, allow your head to be heavy, and gently ragdoll out here, side to side. And then releasing your fingers down to the mat. When you're ready, next inhale, slowly, starting to rise up the length of your spine, gentle bend to the knees, as you come to find yourself standing at the very back of your mat. From the back of your mat, next inhale, arms and gaze will reach up above your head. As you exhale, go ahead and clasp your right fingers around your left wrist. Take an inhale as you grow tall, press the heel of that hand to the ceiling. And as you exhale, guide that wrist to the right as you bend your left hip out. Continue to breathe here. You can look again underneath that left armpit or down to the right if that's easier. Continue to breathe here. When you're ready, next inhale will lift you up to center, release the hands, and switch the clasp of the hands. Take an inhale, press the heel of your right hand to the ceiling, and then exhale, guide that wrist to the left as you bend your right hip out. Continue to press that right hip forward. Continue to ground equally into your feet, and yes, you are still breathing here. Check in with your breath. Deep inhales through your nose, and deep exhales back out through your nose. Your next inhale will lift you back up to center, releasing the hands. And then exhale, swan dive as you release down over your feet. Take an inhale, lift your chest up halfway. And now as you exhale, plant your hands and start to walk your hands out to your high plank. When you get to this high plank, hold here for a moment as you press out through your heels. Press equally into your palms, belly button's drawn in and up. Breath is smooth and steady here. Take one more full deep inhale. As you exhale, drop down to your knees, untuck the toes, and lower everything down to your belly. Go ahead, zip the insides of the feet to one another. The hands are going to be right underneath your shoulders. From here, squeezing the elbows in, inhale, lifting up to find a low cobra. As you exhale, release with the head and the heart back down to the mat. Second time, inhale, press in the hands, lifting up again. Find that low cobra, maybe lifting a little higher. And exhale again, releasing back down to the mat. Last time, on an inhale, go ahead and lift yourself back up off your mat. Squeeze your elbows in, hug them to the midline of your body. Option here, you can float the palms now, maybe an inch or two above the mat as you squeeze your elbows in. Take one more full deep inhale here. As you exhale, release your hands back down. Tuck the toes, hug the elbows in, use your knees, lifting back up, downward facing dog. From down dog, you breathe, deep inhales through your nose. And deep exhales back out through your nose. Pouring the weight equally into both palms. Trying to see if you can be lighter within the feet here. All right, wonderful. When you're ready, next inhale, the gaze is this time going to go up to your hands. When you're ready, start to make your way up to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, lift your heart up halfway. And as you exhale, releasing down over your feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive, arms and gaze will reach up above your head. Exhale, hands are drawn back down to heart center. Wonderful. Continuing on, time, breath, and movement. Inhale, arms and gaze reach up above your head. As you exhale, swan dive, releasing down over your feet. Inhale, lifting your heart up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping your way back to your high plank. From your high plank, again, pressing out through the heels, pressing into your palms. When you're ready, next inhale, go and lift your right toes up off the mat. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Release them down, switching the foot, lifting the left toes up. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Releasing down. Hold this high plank for one more full deep inhale. And now as you exhale, drop down to knees. Untuck the toes. Your hips are high up in the air, chest and chin releases down. Next inhale, slither yourself through to find low cobra, maybe lifting a little higher. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Back up to downward facing dog. From down dog, you breathe. Deep inhales through your nose. And deep exhales back out through your nose. All right, when you're ready, next inhale, gaze is going to go back up to your hands. Go ahead, hop, step, float, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your heart up halfway. Exhale, folding down over your feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Arms and gaze will circle above your head. Exhale, hands draw back down to heart center. Wonderful. Adding on to this, inhale, arms and gaze reach up above your head. As you exhale, left fingers clasp your right wrist. Inhale, grow tall through the right side. Exhale, guide that wrist to the left, bend your right hip out. Inhale this time to lift up through center, release the hands, and switch the clasp. Right fingers go around your left wrist. Take an inhale, grow tall on your left side. And exhale, guide that wrist to the right, bend your left hip out. Take another inhale, lifting back up to center, release the hands. And as you exhale, draw your elbows out to the sides, cactus them. Great job. Take one more inhale, stretch the hands and the gaze back up. And then exhale, swan dive, leading with your heart. Take an inhale, lifting your chest up halfway. And as you exhale, plant your hands and step your left foot to the very back of your mat. Release down to your back knee, untuck your back toes. Find padding for that back knee if you do need it here. And then when you're ready, next inhale, we'll rise up, hands on top of that right knee. You can keep your back toes tucked on that left foot for more engagement, or releasing those toes down if that's a little too much. You want to have the sensation that your right hip is drawing back, your left hip is drawing forward. This will help to square your hips to the front of the room. You want to check also very quickly to make sure that your right foot is not in front of your left knee here. That will make you off kilter here. So making sure that each is on their separate plane here. All right, from this low lunge, deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, the hands release to a low V. Take an inhale as you circle the arms and gaze up above your head. And as you exhale, we're going to twist open to the right. Release your right hand to the back, your left hand forward. Twice more. Inhale, arms and gaze lift back up. Exhale, twist open to the right. Great job. Last time, inhale, arms and gaze reach back up. Last time, exhale, twist open to the right and holding this time. Now from here, for those who like a little more engagement, you can start to release that right hand to your back leg as you lift the left arm up to the ceiling. The gaze can maybe go back over your right shoulder towards that back foot if you feel steady, or you can look up at your left hand if you like. Next inhale, we'll lift the arms back to center. And then when you're ready, go ahead, stretch that left hand to the front. When you're ready, as you exhale, release that left hand to the inside of your right foot. If you have a block, you can place the hand down on that block and reach that right hand up to the ceiling. Now, for those who'd like a little bit deeper option, tuck your back toes, float that back knee off the mat, or if you just want to keep it simple today, just keep that back knee down. From here, start to rotate through that wrist, one direction and the next. Take one more full deep inhale here. As you exhale, first release your back knee down. You're going to drop the hands to the inside of your right foot. So when you come to face the front here, we're going to come to our lizard pose. So with both hands to the inside of your right foot, start to heel toe your right foot to the outer edge of your mat. And then resituate the palms right underneath your shoulders. Now from here, take your right toes and face them outward so that your heel is towards your midline of your body, Your toes are facing outward here. Now, you can stay up here on your palms today if you like. If you want to go deeper, take that block or that support that you have placed underneath you. The hands can be right underneath your shoulders again on that block. Or if you want to come down to your forearms here, releasing the head all the way down. Let me switch back to the side here so you can see that full profile here. Now, if it feels okay on that knee, you can start to gently drop that knee out to the side or maybe find some movement, moving your hips forward and back here, but only if that feels good. And then, if you are down all the way or on your forearms, start to make your way back up to your palms. Set that block off to the side. You're then going to heel toe your right foot back underneath you. Take that right hand back to the outside of that foot. Tuck your back toes. Find some engagement in the palms when you're ready. Next inhale, lifting and stepping back up, downward facing dog. Next inhale, shifting yourself out to a high plank. As you exhale, knees, chest, and chin, or lower down halfway, chaturanga if you're ready. Next inhale, sliding forward again to find upward dog, or low cobra if you need it. And exhale, roll over the toes, lift the hips up high, downward facing dog. From down dog, 3 cleansing breaths. Take a deep full inhale through your nose. And then open your mouth, exhale it out. Twice more. Deep full inhale here through your nose. Open mouth, exhale it out. Last time, one more full deep inhale here. Last time, sigh that breath away. Great job, everyone. Now from here, next inhale, lift your left leg up to the ceiling. As you exhale, step that left foot up by your left hand. Actually, let me switch to the other side here. Low lunge on the left side. You're going to drop down to your back knee. Untuck your back toes again. Finding support again for that knee with that blanket or towel if you need it. And then when you're ready, rise and back up, hands stack on top of your left knee. Again, feel that scissoring action of your hips and your thighs. So you want to have, again, sensation that your right hip draws back, left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. You're squaring everything to the front here. And again, check to make sure that both knees are on separate planes here. One is not directly in front of one another, otherwise you will feel tippy here. All right, deep full inhale here. Exhale, the hands release down beside your hips. Take an inhale, arms and gaze reach up above your head. And exhale, we're going to twist open to the left. So left hand reaches back, right hand reaches forward. Twice more. Inhale, everything stretches back up. Exhale, twist open to the side. Last time, inhale, reach the hands back up above your head. Last time, exhale, twisting to the left. All right, with that right hand reaching forward, left hand reaching back, you can stay here, or for those who like to go deeper, drop your left hand to that back leg as you lift the right arm up to the ceiling. You can look back towards that leg or find a spot on the mat to gaze at, or you can look up underneath that right arm if that's more comfortable for you here. Still square your hips to the front. Continue to breathe. When you're ready, if you took this variation, go ahead, bring your arms back up on center. And then when you're ready, stretch that right hand to the front. Release that right hand to the inside of your left foot. When you're ready, extend the left hand up to the ceiling. Maybe the gaze follows your fingers. Option here to tuck your back toes, float that back knee off the mat if you like more engagement. And then rotating through the wrists one direction, and then the next. Take another full deep inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to set both hands now to the inside of your left foot, drop back down to your right knee, and then you're going to heel toe your left foot out to the side. Resituate the hands underneath your shoulders here. Now from here, again, you're going to take your left toes, turn them out 45 degrees so that your heel is facing in, your toes are facing out. And then from here, you can decide to stay up on your palms. If you have a block and you want to release down to your forearms, or down all the way if your hips are open enough, feel free to go there. Allow the chin to draw into your chest, and then gently swaying side to side if that feels good. If you're down all the way on your mat, start to make your way back up to your palms. And then from here, you're going to take that left foot, turn the toes back forward, and then left hand comes to the outside of your left foot. Start to heel toe that foot back underneath you. Great job. Now from here, press into the hands, step back to your tabletop here. Tuck the toes, inhale, lift the gaze, drop your belly. Exhale, push the mat away and around. One more time, inhale, lift the gaze, release your belly. And then as you exhale, toes tucked, hips lift back up high, downward facing dog. From down dog, 3 cleansing breaths. Deep inhale here through your nose. Open mouth, exhale it out. Twice more, inhale fully through your nose. Open mouth, exhale it out. Last time, one more full deep inhale here. Last time, open mouth, exhale. When you're ready, next inhale, gaze is going to go back up to your hands. When you're ready, hop, step, float, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your heart up halfway. Exhale, folding down over your feet. Now, this time, on an inhale, rise up into your imaginary chair, Utkatasana, as you lift the arms to either sides of your ears. Allow your hips to sink a little bit down. Continue to raise the arms up. You can stay here for those who like a little more challenge. See if you can lift your heels up off the mat here. Maybe you sink down a little bit deeper. Feeling that engagement within your quads. Next inhale, start to rise up to stand. Maybe you keep the heels lifted high. Exhale, release the heels, cactus your elbows to the sides. Inhale, stretch the hands and the gaze back up. And now exhale, swan dive, leading with your heart. Inhale as you lift your chest up halfway. And then this time, as you exhale, you're going to step your left foot to the very back of your mat. Your back toes are tucked, preparing for your high crescent lunge. You can also spin that back foot flat about 45 degrees out. If you'd like to take Warrior One, listen to what your body needs. If you need to modify this pose, then do so. From here, you're still squaring your hips to the front. Right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. Again, making sure that each leg is on its separate plane here. And then take an inhale, lift the arms and gaze up. As you exhale, drape the arms and torso down and forward. Second time, inhale, lifting everything back up. Exhale, releasing everything down and forward. Last time, inhale, reach the arms and the gaze back up. And now, as you exhale, you're going to release the hands down to the mat about 6 inches in front of your right foot. You can find your block if you do need it. Place it out beyond your foot. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift up into standing splits, raising that left leg up off the mat. You can again find some support with that block. Continue to raise your right leg up, left leg up. And from here, deep inhale through your nose. As you exhale, Shiva squat. As you bend into both knees, left knee comes to the inside of the right. Twice more. Inhale, extending back out long. Exhale, Shiva squat. Last time inhale, reach that left leg back out. Last time exhale, Shiva squat. All right, great job. Now from here, inhale, reach that left leg long behind. And now as you exhale, set that foot back down, come back into that high crescent lunge, lift everything back up to the ceiling. As you exhale, releasing the hands back down to your mat, and then stepping back to a plank. You have the option to take a vinyasa flow. You can skip that flow or take an extra push-up, or meet us just in downward facing dog. From downward dog, 3 cleansing breaths. Deep full inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale it out. Twice more. Deep full inhale here. Open mouth, exhale it out. Last time, one more full deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale it out. Great job, everyone. Now from here, next inhale, you're going to lift your left leg up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, step that left foot up by your left hand, spinning that back foot down if you need to find your warrior one legs. When you're ready, rising up, find that high crescent lunge. Squaring your hips again to the front of the room. Right hip draws, left hip draws back, right hip draws forward. Take a deep full inhale here. And exhale, draping the arms and torso down and forward. Inhale, lifting everything back up to the ceiling. Exhale, releasing everything back down. Last time inhale, reaching, lifting everything back up. And now as you exhale, release the hands down about 6 inches to a foot in front of your left foot. And then lift off into standing splits. Again, use that block if you want some support. Try to reach that right leg up as high as you can here. Deep full inhale here. Exhale, right knee to the inner left knee, Shiva squat. Twice more inhale, extend that right leg out. Exhale, Shiva squat. Last time inhale, reach that leg back out. Last time exhale, knee to knee, Shiva squat. All right, inhale, reach that leg long behind you. As you exhale, set those toes down, rise all the way back up, find your crescent lunge. Take a deep full inhale here, and exhale, the hands return down to the mat. When you're ready, stepping back to a plank, taking your vinyasa flow. We'll meet back up in downward facing dog when you're ready. From down dog, deep full inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale it out. Twice more. One more deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale it out. Last time. All right, doing wonderful, everyone. From here, your next inhale, shift yourself out to your high plank. And as you exhale, you're going to release again all the way down to your belly. And then untuck your toes. Splay your elbows out to the sides. Rest your head down on your hands as you look in one direction. Maybe you move your hips side to side here, find a little bit of movement. And then lifting your head up on center. Let's start off by taking our hands and reach them back for our hips. Back for the heels, hands to either side of your hips. Zip the insides of your feet to one another. On your next inhale, press the tops of the toes down to the mat as you float your heart up off the mat. Hands are lightly pressing down, shoulders are drawn in, crown of the head continues to reach forward. Maybe you're looking about a foot or so beyond your mat here. And yes, you are still breathing. Deep inhales through your nose. And deep exhales back out through your nose. Take one more full deep inhale here. As you exhale, releasing everything back down, turn your cheek to one direction. Second round, when you're ready, lifting the head back up. Hands reach back for your hips. Zip the insides of the feet to one another. Next inhale, lift your heart up off the mat. Maybe you float the feet. Press the hands down to the mat to find a little bit of stability. And then if you like, maybe you float the hands also, finding your fullest expression here. One more full deep inhale here. And as you exhale, releasing everything back down, your cheek goes to the other side. Find another moment of rest. All right, last round. I'm going to offer something a little bit different for those who like to go a little bit deeper. You can easily repeat the first two rounds if those are working fine for you today. So for this third round, reach the hands back to your heels and now bend your legs at the knees. Now, as you draw the heels in towards your bum, you might find today that you can reach for the outer ankles. If you can't, either find a strap or a belt to help guide and wrap that around the legs, or you can just let go of the feet. Raise up through the chest as you reach your hands back towards your feet. Draw the feet in. So when you're ready, if you have that clasp of the ankles here, next inhale, maybe you lift up and find your bow pose. In your bow pose, your feet are kicking away from your hands as equally as your hands are pulling your feet in towards your bum. Counter-opposing opposite actions here. Continue to breathe, continue to lift up on an inhale, and slightly release down on an exhale. One more time, full deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, slowly release your chest down, the heels come in towards your bum, enough so that you can release the hands and then lower your feet back down. Hands come back underneath your head, and then lift up on the legs, and windshield wiper your knees side to side. Go ahead now, separate the legs, and now start to cross the legs, one in front of one another. Alternating from side to side here. And then you're going to set your feet back down on the mat. Now from here, you're simply going to reach your right hand out long in front of you, and then start to barrel roll onto your right side so that you're on your back with your chest facing up to the ceiling here. When you get there, draw the knees in, wrap the arms around, and start to rock it out here side to side. As you come back to center, for a moment, you're going to reach the arms through the insides of your knees to grab the outer edges of your feet to find happy baby here. Now, naturally, your tailbone kind of wants to pop up off the mat here in this pose. So what I'd like you to do is pour weight into your tailbone to kind of ground it back down. And this helps protect the low back as we start to now maybe rock side to side. You can keep both knees bent. You can also take this with extended legs. You can also extend one leg, drawing one heel in, maybe taking this from one side to the next. You know your body best, so feel free to add any movements here that feel good to you. As you come back to center, go ahead and set your feet flat down on the mat. The feet are about hip-width distance apart. From here, with the knees pointed up to the ceiling, make sure you have a block nearby, and then reach the fingers down towards your feet. When you're ready, next inhale, lifting your hips up to the ceiling, and then continuing to breathe here. Gently squeezing those knees together here. Hands can just rest underneath your hips, or you can clasp them underneath you, tucking your shoulder blades underneath if you like to go a little bit deeper. Stay here for one more full deep inhale. And as you exhale, release the clasp of the hands if you took it. Start from the upper part of the back and release down the length of your spine until your hips touch the mat. From here, hug the knees in, wrap the arms around, and rock it out side to side. As you come back to center, go ahead and set the feet back down on the mat. Second round, when you're ready, next inhale, lift the hips back up to the ceiling, your second bridge pose. Continue to squeeze the knees together, letting go of any tension that you're holding in the glutes. Continue to press your hips up to the ceiling here. One more full deep inhale here. And exhale, start from the upper part of the back, releasing down the length of your spine until the hips touch down. Again, draw the knees in, wrap the arms around, rock it out side to side here. And then last time, go ahead, release the feet back down on the mat. Knees again point up to the ceiling. When you're ready, final round, next inhale, go ahead, lift your hips back up high, finding your third and final bridge pose. Continue to squeeze the knees together as if you had a block in between them. Let go of any tension you're holding in the glutes. Continue to press your heart to the back of the room, lifting your pelvis up high. One more full deep inhale here. And exhale, release the hands, start from the upper part of the back, lowering, releasing all the way back down. Last time, draw the knees in, wrap your arms around, rock it out side to side. And then set the feet back down on the mat. Go ahead and find your block if you have it. If you do not have a block, you can also take this with the diamond shape of your hands. So your pointer fingers and your thumbs will be touching. You're then going to lift your hips up, place either that block on either the second or the lowest setting, or you can again make that diamond shape of the hands underneath your sacrum also. When you're ready, start to draw the knees in towards your chest. And then when you're ready, extend the legs up towards the ceiling, finding a supported version of legs up the wall here, Viparita Karani. And with the gaze up towards the toes, you've got a couple of options here. Kind of also depends on how much space you have. As you can see, I have a wall right beside me. This won't work too well, but if you happen to have a lot of open space, you can explore some movement here. Maybe opening the legs into the splits. Maybe one leg forward, one leg back, if that feels good. Allow yourself a couple moments to play here, allowing your world to be turned upside down here for just a few moments. Giving our sympathetic nervous system a chance to activate here as the blood flow of the body starts to reverse here. You might start to feel sensations in the soles of the feet, the toes, maybe through the ankles, the upper parts of the legs here, with the legs inverted. Continue to breathe and be in this space here. And then in your inversion, once you have taken all the movements that you'd like to take, or if you're hanging out in stillness here, when you're ready, gently start to release one foot down to the mat, followed by the next. Keep your heels lifted high. And then when you're ready, you're going to press in the toes, lift up to remove either that block or that diamond shape of your hands from underneath. And then keeping the heels lifted, you're going to start to release the upper part of your back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And as soon as your bum touches the mat, you can release the feet back down. Great job. Go ahead and draw the knees in, wrap the arms around, and rock it out here side to side. As you come back to center, release the arms out to a cactus or a T, and you can keep the knees side by side here, or for those who like to go deeper, cross the right leg over the left as many times as you like. You're going to set that left foot down to the mat, or both feet if your knees are uncrossed. You're going to press into that left foot, lift your hips up, and then scooch them off to the right side of your mat about an inch or so and release them back down. This will allow your knees to easily drop a little bit over to the left. So coming into this twist with your gaze going back over your right shoulder. From here you breathe. Deep inhales through your nose. And deep exhales back out through your nose. When you're ready, next inhale, go ahead, lift the knees back up to center. If you have them crossed, uncross them and switch the cross of your legs. Go ahead, plant that right foot down on the mat, press into the foot, lift your hips up and scoot them to the left side about an inch or two, release them down. Your knees naturally want to drop to the right side now, so come into this twist on the other side, with your gaze back over your left shoulder towards that left hand. When you're ready, next inhale, we'll float the knees back up to center, uncross the legs if you had a cross that you took. Wrap the arms around, give yourself a squeeze, gently rock it out here side to side. And as you come back to center, knees drawn into your chest. Take a deep full inhale here through your nose. And as you exhale, draw knees to nose. As you draw the nose towards your knees, squeeze out all that air. And then on your next inhale, begin to extend the legs towards the outer edges of your mat, the hands resting down beside your hips or on your belly or on your heart space here as you prepare for Shavasana, your final resting pose of today's practice. So in Shavasana, allow yourself to be as comfortable as you can get here. Let go of any engagement. Let go of any yogic breathing, any control of the breath here as you allow your breath to come and go, flowing easily, fluidly, and smoothly here. Try to see if you can slow and stop any movement within the body here, just allowing the limbs to feel heavy and weighted down, allowing your physical form to sink down into your mat. And at the same time, maybe you notice a lightness just slightly above the body here, allowing everything to settle and to be in this moment here. When you're ready, start to gently guide some awareness back to your breath, allowing your inhales and your exhales to gradually deepen and become fuller until your breath eventually returns back to its original rising and falling. And then start to reawaken back first into your fingers and toes, wiggling them out, maybe touching each fingertip to the thumb or the open palm. Tiny movements and sensations here so as not to shock the body. And these movements will gradually start to grow a little bit deeper as you start to rotate now into your wrists and your ankles, maybe gently rocking your head from side to side here. And then as you start to reawaken back into your arms and legs, if it feels amazing, you can stretch out tall and long, finding the largest version of you today. And then your next exhale will draw the knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around, holding yourself in the biggest and best of all hugs here, that of your own. And invite a moment of gratitude here, thanking yourself for doing something difficult here, coming to your mat, sharing your breath, your practice, setting yourself up for a great day ahead, whatever that means to you. When you're ready, release down towards your right side to stimulate your energetic nadis, or your left side for a little more relaxation. I'm pausing here. Maybe a small smile comes to your face as you observe how you feel in this moment here. And then when you're ready, start to press yourself back up to your comfortable cross-legged seat. Again, you can prop the hips up with a blanket or a block if you need. We'll meet there with hands at heart center. Take a moment here to again observe your breath, your body, and that united and connected state of mind here. Go ahead and take a full, final deep inhale here through your nose, closing out your practice. And release the chin to your heart as you sigh the breath away, let it all go. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope your morning, afternoon, or evening is wonderful, and I appreciate your presence here. For those looking for an outdoor practice, the rec center is actually started on Wednesday mornings. 7 a.m. class I'll be leading at Anderson Park towards the pavilion. I found that in the grass has been working a little bit more better here. So yeah, Wednesday mornings, 7 a.m. Register online at rootedinfun.com, the Wheat Ridge Recreation Center's website. Classes are limited to only 9 people, so don't wait till the last minute to sign up. They close registrations the evening before class, so recommend signing up at least a day before. And yeah, hope to see you again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.